But the court which is without the temple, leave out.
It says do what?
Leave out.
Wait a second. Did I write that? What does it say?
But the court which is without the temple, leave out.
Read.
And measure it not.
And don't measure it. Why would God say that? Because they are not the people of God.
That's right.
What is that talking about? That's talking about Herod's wall or the Wailing Wall.
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
Given unto who?
The Gentiles.
The Gentiles, meaning what? You ain't the Jews. You are the Gentiles according to the scripture.
That's right.
To jump into the topic of the day. About to jump into the topic of the day, man.
All praises.
Title. Y'all got it? Y'all got the title for us?
Topic of the day. Fake Jews and evil Christians run the world.
Yes, fake Jews. Yes, you are the fakers. You are Abraham and Isaac, but you Esau.
Right.
That's the difference between us. Esau and Jacob. Y'all are Esau. Right. Y'all are not Jacob.
Right.
All right, that's fine. Just be happy with the way God made you.
That's all.
That's the thing. I'm happy with the way God made me.
Bring it out.
Look what my people went through, but I'm still happy.
That's right.
Because I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I keep these commandments, I'm gonna get the kingdom of heaven.
That's right. That's right.
And then Esau, be happy with your blessing. You can shoot guns.
Right.
Be happy. That's how God made you. Be happy with who he made you to be. But you ain't us.
Right.
I want to set the record straight. But let's dive into today's topic of the day. Bishop, the deacons, the captains. We've been hammering this thing for a reason. Because as you see the days approaching, man, our deliverance is closer. But most importantly, we have to reveal that man of sin. Give me that testimony.
Right. Bring it out.
2 and 3, right? That's what I want.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
give me that real quick.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
And that was going into what? 70 A.D., when we fell away by the hand of the Romans. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
It said, but years later, it said that man of sin must be revealed before the return of Messiah. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition. That's going into what? Who is fit to be destroyed. Destruction. That's right. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
There it is. That's how you know who the man of sin is. The man that opposeth and exalteth himself above everything that is called God. So don't get mad at us that you fit the description.
Bring it out.
You understand? The gig is up. There's some more on that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God.
You see that? It says that he of God sits in the temple of God. I want to show y'all this real quick. Revelation 11, I think it's verse 2. Let me hear it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 2.
Come on.
But the court which is without the temple.
Start at verse 1. Watch this, y'all.
Verse 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod.
Reed.
And the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of God.
And measure what?
The temple of God.
You see that? Remember it said that he would sit in the temple of God, right?
Right.
And say, right, and measure the temple of God. Read.
And the altar.
Come on.
And them that worship therein.
And them that worship therein. Read.
But the court which is without.
It says, but the court that is without, meaning what? Outside of the temple. Go ahead.
But the court which is without the temple, leave out.
It says, do what?
Leave out.
Wait a second. Did I write that? What does it say?
But the court which is without the temple, leave out.
Read.
And measure it not.
And don't measure it. Why would God say that? Because they are not the people of God.
That's right.
What is that talking about? That's talking about Herod's wall or the Wailing Wall where they do all the damn bowing to. He said, nah, don't measure that.
That's right.
That's for the Gentiles.
Right.
Read.
For it is given unto the Gentiles.
Given unto who?
The Gentiles.
The Gentiles meaning what? You ain't the Jews. You are the Gentiles according to the scripture.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High, man.
Praise.
Hey, we'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your question or your comment?
Oh, shalom, most high in Christ bless.
Hey, Joe, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man?
Listen, I ain't called in. I've been sick going through it, you know. But I'm here today.
All praise to the Most High, man. We definitely praying for you, bro. Thank you for calling in, man.
I just want to say, for a second, I read the title a little bit too fast. So when it said China ready for war with us, I was just saying, they have a spirit.
He said China was ready for war with us. Joe, you funny, bro. You funny, man.
The U.S. But anyway, that's all. I just wanted to, I seen y'all on here. I gotta talk to my officer about some questions. I just wanted to call. Hey, shout out to the officers. Shout out to y'all.
All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, give Joe a round of applause, man. That's our brother right there. Appreciate you stopping through. Oh, yeah, we in the topic of the day, so if y'all got any questions, y'all want to add to the topic, go ahead and call in. But we about to jump into it. Give me the first clip, the lobby. I want you to start at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. All right, today's topic is fake Jews and evil Christians who run the world. All right, so let's get into it. Play that clip for us.
In a new edition of The Lobby, we investigate the role of pro-Israel advocacy groups in this country in the first of a 4-part series, how the lobby is being drawn into Israel's covert campaign, despite
it says Israel has a covert campaign. They're not being honest with it, but they're behind the scenes making things work. Ephesians 6, give me that real quick.
Bring it up.
Ephesians chapter 6, and we're going to jump right back into it. I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
Bring it on. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12.
Come on.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right, and remember, their father is Satan. When you read Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, it says they are the synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
All right, let's go back to the clip.
Using an undercover reporter, Al Jazeera's investigative unit.
What's the time marker right now? Okay, keep going. Go to 3 minutes and 1 second.
It's one of the most powerful lobbies in the world.
Getting $38 billion in security aid to Israel matters, which is what AIPAC is doing.
We examine how the lobby, led by AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, has secured unwavering support in Congress.
Congressmen don't do anything unless you pressure them. And the only way to do that is with money.
What the lobby is all about is
Stop. All right, so it mentioned a pro-Israel group by the name of AIPAC. All right, so let's see what that is. Pull up the website for us, please, T. All righty. Scroll down for me, please. All right, so I know the A and the I. Somebody look it up. Like, what does the AC stand for? I know the A and the I is American Israel, and then the other portion stands for, Public Affairs Committee. So it's American Israel Public Affairs Committee. So scroll up to the top, please. Scroll down. All right, so you see it says, keeping Israel safe and America strong. A national movement with 2.7 million members. Damn. So understand, these are the ones that are passing laws in Congress. They're the ones working behind the scenes. Message. All right, you got American citizens, Edomites, and Edomites and Amalekites working together because they're both of the same cloth. All right, sure. Go back to the website, please. It says we are 2.7 million pro-Israel Americans from every congressional district who are working to strengthen bipartisan support for the U.S.-Israel relationship. So they're telling you, all of your government officials, they have people from every congressional district that is a part of AIPAC. All right, so do me a favor. Take that down, play the video, play the next video.
AIPAC is the oldest pro-Israel lobby in the U.S. Originally called the American Zionist Committee for Public Affairs, AIPAC was founded in 1951 by Isaiah Keenan, who was a registered Israeli foreign agent.
So for those who don't know, the Zionist movement was what? A push for the fake Jews to inhabit that land alone without Palestine. That's why they're still beefing right now. Go ahead.
To secure weapons and financial assistance to the newly formed state of Israel.
Stop. So he was over here to secure weapons. And what else did it say? Go back to it. 5 seconds. Rewind it. It says to secure weapons.
To secure weapons and financial assistance.
Right. So that's why the United States of America is always sending Israel millions of dollars. Right there. All right. So we're going to the root of it. All right. Go back and play the clip.
To the newly formed state of Israel. The name was later changed so that it can be registered in the U.S. as a tax-exempt social welfare group, which allowed AIPAC not to disclose information about the sources of their funding.
Stop. So you see that, right? They changed that so you can't look into them. All right, very covert mission. Now, rewind it about 15 seconds. There was a key that was missed about the founder. 15 seconds.
Secure weapons and financial assistance to the newly formed state of Israel. The name was later changed.
Rewind it a little bit more. I hope we didn't miss it. Yeah, about this guy, Keenan. Play that.
Who was a registered Israeli foreign agent.
Stop. He was a registered Israeli foreign agent.
Right.
So he came over here
You don't find that suspicious?
to make sure that everything was established and set up.
Right.
So people was like, even white Americans scratch their heads sometimes like, hey, how do they run everything? Because it was covert. It was already set up that way. And they have people supporting them behind the scenes. Okay? Now let's go back. I ain't gonna stop it as much playing it through. Go back to it.
The main goal was to secure weapons and financial assistance to the newly formed state of Israel. The name was later changed so that it can be registered in the U.S. as a tax-exempt social welfare group, which allowed AIPAC not to disclose information about the sources of their funding. AIPAC is part of a large pro-Israel network in the U.S. Today, AIPAC is part of a much wider network of pro-Israel lobby groups working to achieve bipartisan U.S. support for the state of Israel by making contributions to Israel-friendly lawmakers. Millions generated by AIPAC annually. By its own admission, AIPAC has 100,000 members. Through various different donations and club membership fees that range from $60 to $100,000 a year.
Stop. As we can see, it went up from 100,000 to 2.7 million. We went on the website. Go back.
AIPAC generates millions. According to the group's
transition. There you go. Go ahead, play it.
Recent public tax records, they received more than $96 million in 2017.
Wow.
Pro-Israel groups engage in political fundraising. Officially, it is illegal for AIPAC to engage in political fundraising, but that's just a technicality.
Stop. You see that? It's showing you who the devil is on earth.
Bring it out.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:11, I think.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 11.
That's it.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
You see that? Their strength is the law. Because if they break the law, it don't matter.
Right.
Nobody's watching over their back. And if somebody is, they're like, well, we'll just change it like this to make it work for us.
Right.
Read it again.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
Go ahead.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right. We don't have a voice because they have all the money, they have all the guns, and they make all the laws. So us as founding people, we can't say nothing against this. Go back to the clip.
Is a huge part of the group's operation. In the 2018 midterm elections, more than $14.9 million was raised by pro-Israel groups for candidates. That's their third biggest contribution ever. Out of 435 members of the House of Representatives, 269 received pro-Israel lobby contributions at an average of more than $23,000 per representative. And out of 100 U.S. senators, 58 accepted contributions at an average of more than $77,000 per senator. AIPAC pushes for laws in Congress. Each year, AIPAC...
Stop. So if it says AIPAC pushes for laws, that means they make every last law.
They said on each one of those numbers that was telling you how many was in Congress, they always had a little bit more than half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Yes. Very good. Yes. All right. Let's finish this clip.
Israel lobby groups put their weight behind a number of legislations, especially when they are anti-Iran, anti-Palestine, and of course, pro-Israel. These legislations include moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, cutting aid to Palestinians, and countering the BDS movement. The group also lobbied heavily against the Obama-era Iran deal, which President Donald Trump withdrew from in 2018.
All right, so kill that. Let's go back to the lobby. I want you to pick up at 11 minutes and 45 seconds, and we're going to play the 12:32. All right, so, hey, we got to reveal them for who they are.
That's right.
All right, that's what the scriptures say.
That's right.
Okay? What does it say in Ezekiel? We got to prophesy against Edom. That's what the scriptures say. Play that clip, please.
During his placement as a volunteer, Tony took notes on what he saw and heard in Tip's offices. He worked in what they called the war room, where media and communications are monitored. Staff described having contacts at numerous media organizations. Their primary means of influence is by forging friendships with reporters.
Stop. So it tells you they're all up through Congress. Now it's telling you they all up in the news media. You seen Associated Press, Al Jazeera, I mean, all of that. All of that. Go play the clip again.
One employee claimed that during talks on the nuclear deal with Iran, Tip applied pressure on the Associated Press news agency to change a headline.
So they got the power. If they don't like the news that's about to be put out, they say, nah, change it to this.
Right.
Wow. All right, that's the type of power that this man has on the earth. Give me Job 9 and 24.
Bring it up.
Job chapter 9, verse 24. Watch this, y'all.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Given into the hand of the wicked, to the point where they had enough funds, they had enough political power to replace the real Jews. To the point where they got everybody's backing after the Balfour Declaration to actually move into the Holy Land and pretend to be us. All right, finish that.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Showing you how much power he has on the earth. We are the judges of the earth, on the earth. But right now, you couldn't tell that, could you? Right. Why? Because they changed the faces to white from blacks and Hispanics. That's what they did. You had something, Officer Obadiah?
Yes, sir. What you're seeing here is showing you how Esau operate. They set up those people and the lobbyists just to protect what they want to continue.
Protect their lie.
Correct. And Esau in America is protecting them because they know they have the Jews. They have the true Jews in here. They say, okay, we'll protect you to remain you. If you remain you, they will never know who they are.
Right.
So that's all it is. It's but guess what? It's too late.
That's right.
It's too late.
Hey, let's get back to it. Was that the end of that clip? Was that 12:32? Okay, so they control Congress, politics, they control the media, and we just saw that in that clip right there, right? Do me a favor, pull up the clip, not the clip, but the picture, all right? Just to show you the narrative that they want to push. Bring it out. All right, you had our brother Trayvon Martin, as you know, he was murdered, and then you got this white guy right here, Connor Sturgeon, who just killed some people in Louisville. What the hell? I think he killed 6 people. Now, Soldier, I want you to read the New York Post about Trayvon Martin. Read that one, please.
Trayvon Martin had traces of marijuana in system at time of death. Autopsy reveals.
What about the fact that he was a young teenage boy trying to get home and he was murdered?
Bring it up.
Lord have mercy.
And he's a victim.
Had no gun on him.
You see that, right? Had no gun on him, like the officer just said. But he's demonized even in his death.
Right.
You see that thing right there? But go back to that. Read the white boy.
Louisville shooter Connor Sturgeon was star athlete, but suffered multiple concussions.
Wait a second.
That sounds like the victim here.
That sounds like a victim. Right. Even though he's the one who pulled the trigger and killed 6 people. Well, officers, what y'all got on that thing, man?
That's how y'all know, Cap, that we are fighting a spiritual war. Even though we're in the flesh, but it's spiritual. Give me 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. That's what we got to realize, that we got to come back to keep these commandments and do what? Teach these heathens or the devil the Bible speaks of.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
We do not war after the flesh. Read.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
It's not carnal. Read.
But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right.
Casting down imagination.
So that's what we're doing. We're casting down imagination. And we got to keep doing this until Christ come.
That's right.
And save us from this wicked and perverted world.
Right. Hey, I wanted to say something. Remember what it said in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3? It says that man of sin, man of perdition, who opposeth God and everything that's godly. Go to Sirach 38 and 23. All right, watch this. Sirach chapter 38, verse 23, because you had them try to demonize our brother Trayvon Martin, who was the victim, who got murdered. Just to show you, they oppose God in everything. Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 23.
Come on.
When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest and be comforted for him when his spirit is departed from him.
You see that thing right there? But they wanted to demonize Trayvon. He couldn't speak or defend himself.
Right.
But they wanted to demonize him in the media. Officer Elijah, you had something?
I'm sick of it. Just to add to what y'all saying, give me that in Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Because we're seeing the spirit of our enemy, and the problem is the Christian church won't call nobody enemy. You have an enemy, somebody that'll demonize a little boy who was murdered, but then try to make you have sympathy for a killer who walked around killing people.
Come on now, dog.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 13.
16.
Verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
So that's what they do. They use the media to try to talk sweet to make you trust them and believe in the news that they're giving you, read.
But in his heart, he imagined him how to throw thee into a pit.
He's always trying to take you down, trying to destroy you, read.
He will weep with his eyes.
That's why they always playing victim. They always acting like you're attacking them. They always acting like it's something against them. But he's killing us.
6 people.
Right.
But he was a good guy.
Right.
Yeah, he got hit in the head a few times. Yeah. Go ahead, officer.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll get a precept.
Go
Let
ahead.
me get Isaiah 45:23. Read that for me.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 23. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear.
All these wicked things that the so-called white men have done unto the children of Israel, God said he swore by himself. He gonna make you pay for that thing.
That's right.
You gonna pay for it.
We got a quick call. Yeah, we'll take a quick call. Hey, Shalom, caller. What's your question or your comment?
Ooh, yeah, you got a talk down there?
Hey, Shalom, caller. What's your question or your comment?
Come here.
No, I just wanted to say, I understand that the brothers is talking about everything is going to be spiritual warfare, but at some point it's going to be physical warfare. And I just want to make sure we're prepared for physical warfare as well.
No. Our weapons are not carnal, my brother. Our weapons are not carnal. Give me the book of, for the sake of time, I'll make it very, very quick. Matthew chapter 5, verse 27.
Bring it out.
Watch this. Make it very quick.
The book of Matthew.
We already understand what's coming, bro. It's either you want to stay here or you want to get to the heavenly kingdom. Obviously, Christ did say, pick up a sword, but we do not teach violence or any kind or any form or any fashion. Hey, thank you for calling. I'm finna deal with it in the scriptures. Watch this, y'all.
The book of Matthew.
That's all right.
Chapter 10 and verse 28.
All right.
Go ahead.
And fear not them which kill the body.
There it is. It says, fear not them which kill the body. Go ahead.
But are not able to kill the soul.
Come on.
But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Both soul and body in hell. So, a lot of people have that mentality. They want to go toward the enemy. It's not going to happen, man. Understand this.
No.
Yeah, you can carry arms. We're not saying you can't do that, but that's not what this mission is about. Give me the book of Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Let's be mindful. Let's be mindful. Yeah, you want to protect you and your family, but we're not trying to go to war. That's not what we're about. We live peaceably with all men. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 28.
Go ahead.
Strive for the truth unto death.
Hey, we understand what? Like it says in 2 Ezra 16 and 70, there's going to be an evil multitude that comes against those who fear God.
That's right.
And the scripture also said we're going to be pilgrims upon earth. Why? Because we're fleeing for our lives.
Right.
Understand that thing. We know that there's going to be some casualties, but we got to build ourselves up for that. We got to build up our spirit. It says fear God and not the one that has the power to kill you.
That's right.
All right? Hey, from there, we got to speed up a little bit. Give me that book. I want the book. Pull it up for me. Yeah, read that for me.
Chosen people from the Caucasus.
Come on. Blow it up. So we just discovered all of that. We revealed all of that about Amalek, right? The fake Jews, right? So cool, yeah. Watch this, y'all. We read this before, too, but we're going to read it again. That's all right. That's all right. Read that.
Today, a large number of black Americans think of the Jews as people of the book.
Right. A lot of our people think that the people that was moved into the land in 1948 is actually the people of the book. But as you can see, if they were the people of the book, they wouldn't have to go on covert missions. They wouldn't have to do things behind closed doors. The scriptures say when the real inhabitants of the earth are back in the land, there ain't going to be no more war. That's right. All of the nations are going to be subject to the real Jews. That's how you know they're not the people.
That's right.
I say, go back to that book, read that.
Today, a large number of black Americans think of the Jews as people of the book.
Go ahead.
And they look more favorably on them than other Caucasians.
Right. The black people look on Amalek, the fake Jews, higher than their slave owners, which they look upon high too. Go back. Read faster. Come on.
Let's go.
These poorly informed blacks do not know that the Jews of Europe played the same role in their enslavement.
You see that thing? They don't know. We don't. Our people don't even. We don't understand that thing. Pull up the next diagram about the slave ships. Watch this. Read that.
Name Jewish slave ship owners.
You see that? Jewish slave ship owners. Do you see that? Yeah. Showing you what? The people that's calling themselves Jewish today, they funded our slavery.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is